So with the spoiler discussion, I figured we'd try something new. So I got a few fans send in some questions and comments about Infinity War, and we're just going to talk about them. So coming first from Logan Bowl 66, commenting on the fact that Infinity War broke the domestic and the worldwide box office records, he says, rightfully so, this is the best superhero movie ever made and one of the best movies ever made too. Now, I don't think I would put it that far, but I can totally see, I have heard nothing but praise across the board. Everyone's saying one of the best superhero movies, one of the best Marvel movies. Personally, I think it would be, if it's not at the very end of my top 5 of MCU movies, it would be just outside of it. Probably 5, 6, or 7, right around there. I think I would still put the original Avengers, Civil War, Winter Soldier, the original Avengers, I'd put them over it, personally. But everyone is raving about this movie. Everyone loves this movie, and it's so great to see a good movie, a really good movie, get so much love and attention, and have that also be shown with its box office.
Yeah, I completely agree with him. This is the best movie ever made. I think this is the first of its kind. For a cast to have so many stars in it, to make as much money as it has, and to be so critically acclaimed, I think it does have a say for, in my mind, best movie of all time.
Yeah,
I
definitely one of the
biggest,
best event movies in history.
So.
It has its place in cinematic history,
I think,
by far.
Yes.
In terms of Marvel movies, it's one of my favorites. In terms of movies, it's one of my favorites. So yeah. I completely agree.
And I can definitely see someone saying it's the greatest movie ever made, like coming out of the theater, like just the amount of energy that you have leaving the theater. I could definitely see like the feeling you have being so unique that you can't describe it in any other way. So I could definitely get that.
So our next question comes in from Tony Roosevelt, who writes, "What are your thoughts on Star-Lord's role in the fight against Thanos on Titan?" I thought it was interesting because the first time when I saw Star-Lord, he hears that Gamora's died and he loses it. My first thought was like, oh, that felt forced. That felt like they kind of forced that just so Thanos can get out of it. The second time I saw it, it made a lot more sense because I think it plays into Star-Lord's character. And I think he is the kind of character who would go off like that and would kind of lose control. Now, you could say, from watching it from an outside perspective, watching the film, you could say, he should have just waited 5 seconds. But, he's finding out that his girlfriend is dead. And he's looking into the eyes of the person who killed her. Yeah. And I think anyone would lose it in that moment and wouldn't think to themselves, oh, I should wait 5 seconds to make sure that we can get the glove off before I go off. It makes sense for his character, and it makes sense in reality how someone would react. So it bothered me more the first time, but the second time it makes more sense for me.
It definitely was that, you're an idiot, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Sort of moment, especially where Thanos is in such a helpless state. He really, I could definitely see, anyone taking the opportunity to just beat him up.
I don't think it ever bothered me. I really understood why he did what he did, and I don't think it felt forced, or I don't know. I think in the physical role, I think in the physical role of the battle, he could have done more, shoot more blasters, I guess. But in terms of that specific scene, I understand why he did it, and it made sense to me. So.
Yeah.
Sorry about your girlfriend.
Yeah, sorry. Dude.
Next comment comes in from Robbie G52, who writes, "One question for you. What did it cost?" Everything. That whole scene was great. We talked about that a little bit before, but the whole Thanos comes in and she says, "What did it cost?" Everything. There was so much weight to that, and just the look on Josh Brolin's face. That was such a really good moment to help cap off the movie.
I feel like that was one of the first times he may have actually doubted himself. Yeah. Like, he kind of, maybe one moment he's like, maybe I'm not totally right about this, or maybe it wasn't worth it. Yeah. But it's too late at that point.
If we're being completely honest, though, didn't cost everything. It cost half.
Yeah. Half of everything.
Half of everything.
So that's
50% off.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
So
pretty good deal. You take the deal when it's up.
What did it cost? Half.
Yeah. Next question comes in from What I Watched Tonight, who writes, would you have pulled a Wang and returned to the sanctum to protect it, i.e. hide? That was something I hadn't really considered. The fact that Wang is just like, all right, see ya, I'm out of here.
Don't do my boy Wang like that. He's just trying his best.
Now, to be fair, it's set up in Doctor Strange the importance of having the sanctum
protected.
Yeah, it needs to be protected because, yes, you have Thanos coming and destroying everything, but you have other threats that could seize the opportunity. And there's a big emphasis put on by Doctor Strange saying that the Time Stone needs to be protected. It needs to be protected. So, when I was looking for it the second time we saw it, because I got this question before we saw it, I was like, yeah, I guess you could look at that and you can be Wong's like, all right, I'm out of here. See ya.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, exactly. It can be seen that way, but I think they set up enough context that it makes sense why he needs to leave.
Me personally, I'd go like adventure. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
But that's me. It's probably not the smarter thing for Wong to do.
I wonder if he made it.
We didn't get to talk about Wong.
I wonder if he made it.
Was he one of the half?
Who knows? But I loved Wong in this movie. Yeah. I thought he added so much. He had his badass moments in the streets, but he also had a lot of really good comedy moments. He wasn't in it a ton. He was just in the beginning, but he was nice having there for what he was, and he had good back and forth with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, even he wasn't wasted.
Yeah, he did good, Mom. Did good.
And our last comment comes in from Mid-Level Movie Reviews, who writes, "Why is Gamora?" Which that whole comedy bit was so great. The where is Gamora? I'll ask you another question. Who is Gamora? And then Drax is, I'll ask you another question. Why is Gamora?
I think that was. I think I would say that's one of the funniest jokes in the movie. I remember just like dying because it just makes so much sense with it. Like who
for
he
Drax's
is.
character,
and why I love his like really just dry sort of humor.
They have a lot of great Drax moments in this movie. There was like they put so much time in with Drax's comedic moments, and I thought that was something really well done. I love just the Guardians in general in this movie.
You're mimicking his voice. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
You just did it again.
Or just when they start kissing and he's just standing there like eating the snack, and they're like, "How long have you been here?" An hour.
You can't see me. I've trained myself to be perfectly still. So you can't see this.
And then Mantis comes in, "Hey, Drax." Damn it. And walks away. There were a lot of great Drax moments and a lot of great Guardians moments.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why not is Gamora? Think about that.
C, final answer.
C.
C, final.
No deal. That's my answer. Lock it in.